Okay, so the first thing that I want you to do is to continue to draw all the rooms in the hallways. We really want to limit our hallways. So this is a video that talks about checkpoint number 6. So here's my house, for example. I have my partial garage. I got my driveway. Now, in order to do checkpoint number 6, whoever the building inspector is needs to make sure that they're fully reading all of this information here under draw all the other rooms. Some of the key points you really need to pay attention to are start with the rooms close to the garage. Now I'm only highlighting certain aspects. You need to become familiar and fluent in all of these. So the first one, start with rooms close to the garage. And so that's what I've done, is I started with my laundry room, and off my laundry room I then built my half bath. I have a hallway, and then I have a study right here. So I start from the garage and I build out from the garage. In order to find out exactly how big you want your rooms to be, it says look at the dimensions you determined for your real home. That's Architecture 2HW, so please use that as a reference. And then also look at the minimum and maximum room sizes listed on the 11A page. So if you are the contractor, you need to look at 11A, which is this page right here. And this lists the minimum and the maximum that the rooms can be. So for example, my first room was the laundry room, and so I looked right here on the laundry room, and it should be between 30 and 60. So my width, which is from left to right, because width is always going to be left to right, my width is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and my length is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it's 8 by 7. So I would plug in here 8 feet, 7 feet, and 8 times 7 is 56 feet squared. I'm going to ignore right now this column, this percent of total home area. And then I need to do 56 times 125, because it's 125, and I will get the cost for my laundry room. For my half bath, I figured out that a half bath right here says that it can be between 20 and 50 square feet. So I made mine 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 wide by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 tall. So I got a 7 by 7. So 7 feet by 7 feet gives me 49 feet squared, and then I would multiply that times $125, and I'll get my cost. Okay? Now this right here is just a rough draft, because later when you put wall thickness in, we're going to have to recalculate these. So we will erase this, or I'll give you a clean copy, but for now, for today, you can just erase it and put in the actual. Okay? So as you put in the actual, maybe we'll put a star by it that lets us know that's the actual. Now sometimes when you're reading through the information here on drawing all the other rooms, it says, you know, draw lightly so that when you erase it you won't leave a mark. Please pay attention to this one, the bold one. A room's longest dimension should not be more than twice the other dimension. That means if you have a 5-foot wide room, the length can't be more than 10 feet. Or if I have an 11-foot wide room, the length can't be more than 22 feet. Write all the names lightly in the corners. Make one room interesting. At least one room. Not all the same old rectangles like most rooms will be. I'm going to come back to that in just a second. And then just read all this. Oh, I want you to pay attention to this. All hallways need to be 4 feet wide. I want you to go 4 feet wide. That way if you put the wall thickness on the inside, they will become 3 feet minimum wide. If you put them on the outside, they'll stay 4 feet. So do that. So I want to talk about this real quick. Make at least one room interesting, not the same old rectangles most rooms will be. And remember, you're still responsible for everything that I have not covered. So here we go. Here's my study. So my study, when I'm doing a study, it says that a study is between 80 and 200 square feet. Now, because it is not a rectangle, it says for rooms that are not rectangles, place an X in this column. So I'm going to place an X right here. For the width and length, measure the majority of the room. So I'm going to measure the largest width and the largest length. So I measure the largest width of my study. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So it's going to be 14 wide, 14 feet wide. I measure my longest length. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 feet long, so 14 by 15. Now, to get the actual area, it tells us right here, calculate the exact area. It will not be listed width times the length, the listed length, okay? So, I am going to need to take my study, which is a composite shape, and break it up into separate shapes to get the actual area. So in this case, I had a study that was 14 wide, and it went 12 down to here. So 14 times 12, so I'm just going to do my work here on the side. 14 times 12, 82041, 168. So 168 is this part. I have a trapezoid here. So I'm going to do base 1 plus base 2 times half the height. So my base 1 is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Plus base 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 8 plus 6 is 14. Times the height, which is 3. And then I'm going to half it. So I'm going to do 14 times 3, which is 42. But then I'm going to divide that by 2. And I get 21. So I have 168 and 21, and I'm going to need to add those two numbers together, and I get 189 feet squared, and I'm right there underneath. 189 feet squared. I'm going to multiply that times 125 to get my cost. Now here's the deal. I know this is 189 without the wall thickness. It's going to go down once I put in my wall thickness. Okay? And that is how you do number 6 on your checklist, by drawing all the rooms and limiting the hallways. And you can see my hallway right here also. So, architect does this for number 6, contractor does this, 11A, and then the building inspector is going to be in charge of all of the rules here.